Hello. Just having adjustment problems. Good morning. Happy Monday. It's Monday Mojo again. I'm here and I'm ready, apart from adjustments. But hey, how are you all? Have you had a lovely weekend? It's a bit cooler. It is nice. Well, I'm enjoying it being a bit cooler anyway. I don't know about you. It's nice not to be constantly mopping my brow or my top lip. um, Good morning, Jane. Oh, here's Willow. People parking outside the front door. How dare they? I mean, it's not like we're running a shop or anything. Good morning, Mary. How's everybody's mojo today? Good morning, Francis. Good morning, Diane. Sorry, I did a playback the other day, this morning when I was putting the live together, and I did a playback, and I realised it was so noisy, me drinking my coffee. I'm really sorry. I'll try and do it much quieter. It's like, oh God, that was quite a gulp. How is everybody? Jane, how are you? Mary, how are you? Francis, how are you? Diane, how are you? How's your mojo? What have you been up to? What creative endeavours have you taken part in? I'm trying to swallow really quietly. Mine's in overdrive as I've only 3 weeks until my first festival. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see pictures of your stall. I wish I was coming. Good morning, Sil. How are you? How's your creativity? Haven't seen you for a while. Haven't seen your name on my screen for a while. So what's on the agenda this week then, Jane? What are you making? What fancy wonders are you making? Fantasy wonders are on the agenda this week. I was at at Bishop Wilton show. It's a local village, and they do a big show, and it's grown and grown and grown. I think it was its 179th year this year, and though it's grown big, it hasn't lost its charm of being a small local festival or fair. And it's just so gorgeous. I got some photos. I'll share them in Mojo later. But there's the tents, and all the categories were like the best, the most what's the word I'm looking for? Consistent shape and size onion, or 2 courgettes, and they had to be exactly the same, and the same color, same size, same shape. 3 sticks of rhubarb. An egg, the heaviest egg, the most unusual egg. There's like loads of really bizarre entries. 3 cookies displayed on a side plate, and it was very specific, how things had to be displayed, how they had to be laid out. It was so charming. It was really lovely and really nice, wholesome. It felt such like such a wholesome thing. And unfortunately, the weather was horrendous, so the show didn't do as well as it usually does. But still, it was a good turnout, because all of the people that took part come to see their entries in, and there's photography, there was craft, there was vegetables, flower arranging, art. We entered a few categories, Chris and I wasn't allowed. So that lovely wreath I made, I wasn't allowed to enter it because I'm a professional jewelry maker. I wasn't allowed, so I didn't enter any jewelry, but I made the wreath thinking I could do that because it's not traditional, it's not jewelry, but they said I couldn't enter, so I was a bit sad. I spent ages making that wreath. Morning, Tony. So Jane, you're making pendants today and more elf ears later. Sylv, you're not sure what you've been doing, but no creating. It's just been one of those. It's been a hectic few weeks. Good morning, Linda. Nice to see you all. Lots of you in today. Yeah, so Chris and I actually got 2 prizes. So I got first prize for a flower arrangement in a teapot, which I obviously did a bit of engineering and stuff, so I didn't just put it in. I'll show you a picture. And then Chris got the second prize for his category was a table center without the use of any foam, so like so no foam, a no foam table center. So he sort of reused one of the flower logs that he did for our wedding and arranged loads of the lovely garden flowers into it. It was beautiful. It got second place. And to be fair, the winner was just exceptional. So it was like fair enough. But it was so lovely. Hello, Leslie. How are you? Are you still up north? Down south for you, isn't it? So well done on your prizes, both of you. Yeah, we put it on our little notice board. We got first and second in our first show. Chris also entered a painting, that didn't get placed. But again, the entries were so good. Good morning, Joe. Let me see if I can find you the picture of the teapot. Where's my camera? Oh, yeah, here. You can see both together. So there's, I don't know if you can you see my teapot? I actually painted that teapot as well. But yeah, I put it on a stand and then put the flower arrangement going into a teacup. So there's mine. And then Chris's is the other. Oh, that's us dancing in the rain. That's the flower log that Chris made. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So lovely. Did a really beautiful job. It looked gorgeous. Morning, Nicola. How are you? Still down south, home on Wednesday. Missed your news. Did your wreath win? My wreath wasn't allowed to go in, Leslie. They said I couldn't enter it because I'm a professional, but I'm not a professional wreath maker. So I thought it'd be okay. I didn't really enter to win. I just entered so that people can sort of see this is the sort of thing that I do. But I suppose next year I'll have to have a stall. It was so nice. There was dog shows and bubbles, and there was a band, but of course the band was in a big truck and it was playing out to the field. But of course nobody was out there because it was absolutely pouring down. So Chris and I felt sorry for them. So we went and danced in the rain. Willow was not impressed, but that's the picture on the thing today is Chris and I dancing in the rain. I'll show you, see if I can put, there's the poor band playing to no one, and Chris and I absolutely drenched, dancing in the rain. Somebody had to. There's Chris. See, there's nobody around because it was torrential. Yeah, we won the I won the this flower display in a teapot. I won that one, and Chris won got second place in the table center. So it was nice. You had a craft fair in a field on Saturday. It was so wet, no one around, came home early, disappointed. Oh, it's so difficult, isn't it, Linda? All the work that goes in. And of course, Chris and I, because we're at the post office and we're doing all the sort of change and all that sort of thing, and all the banking for the Bishop Wilton show, and so we've been quite invested in the progress, and how it's going, and so disappointing for all the hard work and all the volunteers and that help to bring it together. It's just so disappointing for them, but it's in the hands of the gods, isn't it? You just don't know. I mean, yesterday was a bit brighter, but there was still massive thunderstorms at about 3 o'clock and torrential rain. So your rain lasted about 10 minutes. Oh no, our rain lasted long enough, I think, for this weekend for our hosepipe ban to be lifted. Yeah, I can see just how wet it was. Very, very wet. we came home absolutely drenched through to the skin, through to the bone, even through our very nice waterproof jackets. It was so wet. I'll just show you some. This is the sort of displays, 3 onions, 2 courgettes, all laid out. Can you see the rhubarb at the back? Had to be like sticks of rhubarb all the same. Look how neat those onions are. So neat. They got the prize, obviously, because they were so neat. Our awning at the caravan got flooded on Saturday, all dried out now, just in time for friends visiting later today. And we've got friends visiting today. Well, people I've never met before. They're friends of Chris's mum, and Chris, grew up with them as a child, and they're visiting today. So Chris's mum and them are coming to stay over for the night. So that'll be nice. Bath and West shows, yeah. Look, let me see. Isn't it sweet? Little, all these little varieties. And I just think how people are taking so much pride in presenting their produce. Yeah, it's so lovely. It's really lovely. Then some absolutely stunning, stunning floral displays. Look at this one. This is the winner. This is the one that pipped Chris's to the post for the winning spot. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. So much detail, these tiny little apples in there. Or is that the Woodland Walk? No, that was the Woodland Walk. There's lots of categories. Try and get a better one of my teapot. I can't get one. But yeah, we enjoyed doing it. We came away with some prizes and had a lovely time. Oh, it was nice. It's nice, isn't it? Wholesome. It felt really wholesome, and even despite the weather, everybody was, still trying their best to take part and, support the stall holders as well, because all those stall holders, we've been there, haven't we? We get to shows and it's just absolutely dead because the weather's, ruined it really. So yeah, so it's trying to support them. Obviously, we've got loads of money to spend, but just being supportive and saying, commenting, and at least not ignoring people. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, it was lovely. It was lovely. I was trying to find a picture of Chris's painting actually. See if I can show you that, because that's really nice. Where is it? It's a really nice painting. We put it up now in the bedroom. He did a lovely job. You see it? Nice. It looks a bit dark there. Oh, you can't see the sun. Oh, there we go. Isn't it nice? Really nice painting. Lovely sky, lovely waves. So yeah, he did that. It's lovely, isn't it? I'm sure people would have been so pleased with your input. Yeah, it's just, you feel terrible, don't you, for people? But the temptation, I think, is to say nothing and just having a conversation. Hopefully, made people feel better. It's lovely and calm. It is a nice painting, isn't it? It's really nice. Chris is really pleased with it. So we're going to try and find a way of framing it. But anyway, there's our weekend. What else? And then yesterday, we've got an abundance of pine cones. So I've started a little project making some little characters with them. So I will show you how that progresses next time. I'm not quite sure how it'll work, but it involves pine cones and milliputs. And then have a go. And if it works, I'll show you. If it doesn't, I won't. We'll see. We'll see. So what else can I show you? Oh, so tonight I think I told you all last week. I told most of you last week. Sylv, you're off to Wales next week, celebrating our 7th wedding anniversary. I would like to do the bracelet on Saturday, but not sure yet. Oh, spoil sport. Yeah, sorry, Nicola. Oh, happy 7th wedding anniversary. Are you going back down to what's it called? Port Merion? Port Merion? Is that where you go? Trying to remember what the name of the place is. It's your annual pilgrimage. Oh, Port Merion. Yeah, I was right. Yay. My memories were still working. That's good, isn't it? So the bracelet is this one, or I did a version like this, which I might have shown you Monday evening. So this is using a heart as the stone for the bangle. and this one's using a cabochon, just a paired teardrop shaped cabochon. So this one's slightly sort of slimmer and finer. This one's a bit more chunky and robust. But this is the workshop I've got going on this week. So this is on Saturday at 9:30 until 1 this Saturday. So if you would like to join me for that, there are still spaces available. And it basically, you need 1mm wire, 0.4mm wire, and either a heart sort of shape stone, sort of 35mm ish, or a teardrop shaped stone, and that can be anything from 25 mil up to 40mm in width. This is a 20mm width, this one, so you can go between 20 and 25mm for the width, and the length doesn't really matter. But this is the design for Saturday. So it's £30, that one. Just check. It's £30, and it's Saturday morning, 9:30 till 1 p.m. It's available to book on the website. Now, in fact, there's a few. There's another one. So I'm alternating Saturdays and Thursdays. So Thursday morning, the week after, is Daisy and necklace and earrings bracelet set. Saturday the 16th, Dahlietta Surprise, which is layered flowers that set a bead at the center, and then the Thursday after that are gemstone donuts. So quite contemporary designs with gemstone donuts. So a bit different to your usual weave patterns, just a few more contemporary sort of styles. So there's the workshops booked in up until the end of August. I will have September's to go in, which will include the rescheduling of the Milliput masks and tribal designs workshop that I didn't run last week, because there were several people that couldn't make that date, so we changed it. When am I going to do a surgery? I'll fit the surgery in at the end of the month, so that'll be probably Thursday the 28th, I think. I've got to check the calendar. I didn't put it in because there was some discussion as to whether Chris was available to cover me, but it will probably be the last sort of Thursday or Saturday of the month. So I'll have a look, Jane. And I'm imagining, given your shows, etc., Thursdays would probably work better for you. We'll see. I will see how my packing goes by Friday. Yeah, see how you get on, Sylv. No pressure. You can always book, last minute, can't you? You would like to do it. I'm not sure my wire work skills are up to it, though. Is that Linda? I think it looks more complicated than it is, Linda. I would say, in terms of fiddliness, this one is easier. So a cabochon is easier just because of purely dexterity. It's quite tricky getting hold of the heart, a puffy heart anyway. A flat heart would be fine, but a puffy heart is quite tricky. But a cabochon was easy, and the weave is a very simple weave. It's more about the engineering of it. That is the sort of skill set in there. So the weave is quite simple and effective. But it's more the engineering and how you bring it all together. That is the niche part of the tutorial, if you know what I mean. That's the part that sort of gives it that value and that difference from, just being able to do a weave. You've booked the beginning of August first workshop, and we'll do the next two. That's great. Still, it'd be nice to see you on those. But yeah, if you can make Saturday, great. If not, don't worry. You just have a lovely time in Portmeirion. Jane, I'll see if I can schedule that surgery in. I'll double check with Chris. If I put it on, if I get to the calendar first, it's my date, right? So I might try it. So tonight. Where is Jane? Tonight I have a show with Chalmers Gems using pearls, amazing pearls. They're just absolutely gorgeous. And I have such a big variety. You can see I am sporting this beauty here. It's just so gorgeous. They're just so gorgeous. So some are half drilled, so you can put pegs in. This one here. Do you know what? I'm fed up with earring backs that fall off. I'm going to go back to using my rubber ones. So this is one design, and then tonight I'll be demonstrating. I'm going to take this out because it's going to fall out because the back's just fallen off. Tonight I will be demonstrating how to make a ring with a pearl set onto it. So this sort of matches. So that's the earring. So it looks like the pearl sort of floating. And if you see the back, you can see how that's brought together. Maybe you can. But it doesn't like the lights, does it? Let's get behind the light. Oh, come on. See, the backs just are not sticking to the... Oh, I can watch tonight. Yay! Beautiful. Oh, thank you, Linda. So the ring that we'll be doing tonight is this one. This is the ring. So I'll be showing you how to make that. This is in silver. I'll demonstrate in copper, but this is silver, and it's a half drilled ring, so you don't see any of the wires sort of holding it on. So it's really, really pretty. But of course, these are great for studs and just ending things as well. Yeah, it's a pretty ring, isn't it? So I'm just going to show you how to make that this evening. Now, there's so much to get through tonight. I've got pearls, like just the most stunning pearls, and fantastic prices as well. There's something for every budget, and I mean it, from £5.50 up to £48 or something. But there's pearls for every budget, and you wouldn't believe just how much. I was amazed. I think I said last week, I messaged Lisa, who manages all the product and all the spreadsheets for the sales, and I messaged her and I said, can you please send me a price list for the pearls, because I don't want to make pieces of jewelry that are going to cost people hundreds and hundreds of pounds to make and make them impossible. And when I got the sheet back, I just could not believe how affordable they were. So I was like, right, fair game, I can make whatever I want then. so there is something for everyone. I made also something I haven't made for a while, because I wanted to put this beautiful pearl on a bracelet. Massive Baroque pearl, look at it, it's just stunning. I want to put it on a bracelet, but you know, with a bracelet, unless it's one of the, like a sliding knot one where you pull it taut and it sits on your wrist, it just always slips round to the back, doesn't it? So I've just popped on a stretchy ring piece, and just so that it now just sits on the front of my wrist. So I thought that's a nice way of keeping it. Yes, they are, Nicola, absolutely. They are making a resurgence, particularly the Baroque shapes. They're massive, aren't they? I mean, these are always popular for weddings, you know, for weddings and classic pieces. These are always popular. It's beautiful drop, single pearl, perfect. Yes, a cunning plan. Yeah, it's nice and simple as well. Good morning, Claire. You made it for the live. Yeah, so it's a really nice way of making sure that that pearl stays front and center. So yeah, I'll talk through that a little bit later, and sort of how you can do it and make it wearable. But I've got so many different pieces. This is part of what I was going to talk to you about today. So, you know, sometimes I don't know about you, but when you get an idea, sometimes you just got to get it down before you forget. So I had this idea, and in the morning, Chris and I sit on the doorstep at the back of our house, because our garden isn't attached to our house. So, well, it is, but you have to go out. So in the morning when we have a coffee, we haven't got a dining room table, and we haven't got a table to sit at the moment. So we just sit outside on the doorstep next to our cars. So we were sat having our coffee the other morning, and I had this idea, and I was like, oh, right, what am I going to do? So I drew it. This is going to reveal a lot about me. I drew it on the in the dirt in my car. So there's my car, my dirty car, and there's my drawing. But you know, sometimes you just got to get the idea down right before you forget. Not for long, you've got to go out and get back. Oh, never mind, Claire. At least I see you live for a few minutes. I can say hi. Yeah, so that was it, drawn on my dirty car, and then I came straight in and went about creating it, and that's the result. So it's like the to be honest, it's like the sexiest bolo tie you've ever seen. It's got this absolutely amazing purple pearl at the center of it, and then fine wire, fine chain going through, so that can slide up and down. It's so classy, isn't it? I just love it. Really pleased with that, and I'm very glad that I just wrote it down as soon as I had the idea, because yeah, it just works. So you can slide it. I don't know if you can see that. You can slide it up and down. Problem with these things, it's so hard to photograph. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go on some sort of course and learn how to you know, the tricks and tips to catch these designs, because so you can lengthen it, look, and shorten it, so you can wear it quite high, and the chains dangling between down your cleavage. I mean, it's better, I think, over a top, because then it can go over the top. But yeah, and then these are just very simple earrings to go with. Very simple design, but made possible by these beautiful pearls, obviously. So yeah, if you wanted to get your hands on any of these beautiful pearls and take any inspiration from the designs today, then open back dress, yeah, lovely. That would look nice. Just sat perhaps between the shoulder blades. That would look really nice, wouldn't it? And nothing to stop you putting a little pendant style piece on the back, so it sits there, and then the rest of it falls down the back. Keep it nice and central. There's an idea. So yeah, whether you want an open back or an open front, you can. Yes, Claire was. It reminds me of the Star Wars fighter jets. I can see that. I can see that. I wanted that negative space and that sort of hovering, the pearl being at the center, you know, almost like everything else has got a gravitational pull towards it. So yeah, maybe I had Star Wars in my mind too. You never know. It definitely does, though. I can see that entirely. Yeah, it really does. Anyway, inspiration really struck me, and I think the inspiration this week really came from the materials, which is nice, isn't it? When you've got something that you know, makes you want to keep creating and problem solving. So problem solving, the pearl, I wanted it to sit at the front of my wrist. I didn't want it to, you know, twist behind and disappear. So then the solution to that was to anchor it somehow and use, so I've got fingers, I can just anchor it to my finger. So that's how I did that. I think actually it might be nicer just with clear cord, you know, so that you actually don't see it. It just sort of then is more of an illusion on your hand. That would be really nice as well. So maybe you can use a monofilament or a clear elastic or something to sort of just give it the illusion that it's sitting on the wrist, not going anywhere. But yeah, I got some ideas for making bails this evening. So there's lots and lots to tune in for tonight. Box number 10 today. Yes, thank you, Leslie. You start us off on the boxes. Who else would like to vote for a box today? Because of course we have our demo. I have 10 boxes. Each box has a different opportunity for a demonstration, and I will open the one that gets the most votes. So they're all coming in now. 10 for Leslie, 7 for Nicola, 3 for Claire, 6 for Tony, 6 for Claire R. There's a Claire Rob and a Claire R. Are you in twice, Claire? Mary wants a 3. Francis says a 7. And Barbara says a 4. Okay, pretty level pegging. Justine says 4. Uh-oh. We have several ties. We're going to have to keep this vote going for a bit. Carrie wants a 7. Hi, Carrie. I don't think, and hi, Justine, and hi, Barbara, and hi, Francis. I don't think I've said hello to you guys yet. 4 for Linda. Ooh. I wonder if my mum's in today. I noticed in the comments that I had a hi gem, and it was from my stepdad. So, and I'm thinking it's probably more likely to be my mum using my stepdad's YouTube account. So, if you're in, Sherry, say hi, and if you come up as Andrew. So, also, I've got to tell you, this reminds me, because I forgot last time. Hello, Gemma's mum, says Nicola. I will not be here doing the Mojo Live next Monday because my son is graduating. So Tom graduates next Monday. So I am going down to Bristol, picking my mum up on the way, and we are both going to proudly go watch our boy pick up his first class degree, first class honours degree. So I cannot wait. I can't wait. So yeah, I got my dress sorted. I know what I'm wearing. I don't know if you do yet, Mum. Do you know what you're wearing? And I want to design a piece of jewellery to go with my outfit. So, which is also partly what I was going to talk to you about today. That's all right, Carrie. I'm glad you caught us too. That is the coolest thing apart from going to the palace. Yes, Nicola is great. I've never been to a graduation, so I'm just so excited, but I have no idea what to expect. And I'm not looking forward to driving 5 hours to get there. So I'm hoping it's not too hot because I don't want to, my hair to flop or anyway. Oh, bless. I remember going to my daughter's one very proud moment. I know I'm going to be one of those embarrassing blubbering mums. I know it. Oh, well, oh, thanks, Carrie. Bless, that'll be exciting for you. I've done the graduating bit 3 times so far with my son. Oh, that's nice. What, he's graduated 3 times? Or with multiple sons, Tony? Because maybe he has. Maybe he's done several degrees. He might have. Some people do, don't they? They just go on a roll. I'm sure there will be a master's at some point for Tom. That's the plan anyway. I think he wants a little break from studying. He's just moved back to Gloucester. He's left his uni digs last week, so an end of an era. He's moved back. He's moved back in with his dad, or moved in with his dad, and so he's gonna. They got their little bachelor pad. I dread to think, but anyway, yeah, he's in Gloucester, hoping to get a job for a year in a school where he can sort of then fully commit and decide if that is his career path, and then go from there. But yeah, he's enjoying a bit of downtime, I think, at the moment. Okay, any more votes? I've got 20 odd of you in, and I've only got 6, 10, 11 votes. So there are definitely a few more votes to come in. Sylv, 1 for Sylv. Any more for any more? Anyway, I thought I'd set you a challenge this week as well. So we got our demo, but I thought I'd set you a challenge. And last week I read a little quote from a book. And I was looking through today, looking for quotes and little things to inspire you. And I just thought, Gem, you wrote a book, my love. And I did. I wrote a book. So I thought, why don't I use my own book? So I'm going to use my own book today. So this is a challenge from my book, Creative Confidence. I know most of you in here have a copy of this. Oh, Tony, yes, 3 times. He's a doctor. So first after 3 years, the second after he graduated as a doctor, and then the third after he became a pediatric doctor, and fourth when he did his master's in pediatrics. So yeah, 4 times. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. How impressive. Hi, Isabel. That's very impressive. Well, congratulations. You must be extremely proud, Tony. You must work very hard to achieve all that. Pediatrics, eh? Must be challenging as well. You know, just, I mean, rewarding, obviously, but working with children, it must be very difficult, you know, because you see them at their worst. For the worst moments in their lives, don't you? Oh, I couldn't do it. I don't think I could cope. Anyway, that's very inspiring. So yeah, so I have a book, and every day for 87 days, is it? 87, 78, 79, 80. What's the last day? It's basically 12 weeks. So whatever that is, 84 days. So every day for 84 days, you get a challenge or a practical task to do to help you develop your creativity and your jewelry design skills. So that's how it works. It takes you through 12 weeks. Each week has a different topic relating to the 12 principles of design. You all know this, but just in case anyone's watching that doesn't know, and it takes you practically through those principles and helps you apply them into your own thinking and your own designing every day. So this, I just randomly flipped a page open, but it actually ties in with something I'll be doing this week. So thought maybe I can share what I've done and you can share what you do if you take part. And this challenge comes from week 9, balance and visual weight. So there's the page for balance and visual weight, and it takes you through a few designs that demonstrate the different ways of balance or different styles of balance. And then on day 60, which is where I open the page, the challenge is design an accessory or piece of jewelry to accompany your outfit. So consider its purpose. Usually we select our jewelry by color or style. However, a style consultant would choose jewelry to complement a look, not necessarily by color, but by scale or statement, and by its relationship with the outfit. For example, a long necklace with a tassel may elongate the torso and perhaps draw attention to the incredible belt you are wearing, or possibly soften the look of strong lines in tailoring. So it's not just about thinking about the color of something and matching. It's about the statement you're trying to make, or the message you're trying to convey, or the event you're going to, and also about fitting in with those different necklines. Hairstyle can play a part, sleeve length if you're having a bracelet, and also all those ways in which we can use accessories to emphasize or minimize certain features of our bodies, which we go into a lot in the course. And you know, this task is comes after a few tasks that build up to this one. So feel free to jump in and have a go at this. It'd be really nice to see what you come up with. If you can't think of an outfit that you want to wear and design a piece of jewelry for yourself, have a look through a fashion catalogue. That's always really inspiring. Look through a fashion catalogue, look at the models. Very often they're not wearing jewelry, and that's because the emphasis has got to be on the outfit. And so they don't use any distractions very often. So they're quite easy to sort of to use for inspiration. So have a look at some fashion mags, or scroll the internet for outfits, and then consider a piece of jewelry to make for a certain outfit, whether it's one that is completely not you and you would never wear in a million years, or one that maybe you think might look quite nice on me. So you have permission to do a little bit of window shopping, and then you know, and when you're designing, you can design with whatever material you like. You don't actually have to make it, do you? So design on paper, design straight onto an image, always a good thing as well. So take an image of a model with an outfit and then draw onto it. Because then you can sort of see how that plays with the proportions really well. And then, yes, I'll come back to that. And then, yeah, and then if you want to, make it, you know, create the piece. It's a really nice way to start. Anyway, so that's your challenge this week. Design an accessory or piece of jewellery to accompany your outfit. And it'd be lovely to, once you've done that, if you do it and post it, it'd be nice to see the outfit, whether it's a picture of the model or whether it's you, or just hung up in the wardrobe, whatever, to see the outfit and see your rationale for why you did it, because that's nice. And also good practice for taking commissions as well, having that language to describe why you chose a design and how it works, how it flatters the person or the shape of the outfit, the reasoning for that. So whether if it's a message you're conveying, it might be that you use a certain gemstone, or if it's something for the wearer, you know, something to help them in their life, their endeavor or their mission. Then yeah, so go for it, really play with it, take it to whatever level you want, but just have a go. It's a great start point. It's a great start point. So there you go, challenge from Creative Confidence. And if you do post, please hashtag Creative Confidence. That would be really nice. Tag me, tag Crow's Mojo, tag whatever you like, just some reference would be lovely, and then I do get it, then I do get to see it. So there you go, there's your challenge. Right, Leslie says, this challenge was the jewelry made with zips when I did the course, as my outfit had lots of zips. Yeah, I remember. And didn't you put them into a boutique as well, Leslie? Some boutique wanted some of your amazing designs, didn't they? Yeah, Leslie used that challenge when we did the course to create a piece of jewelry made with lots of zips. It was amazing. Joe says, so a holistic approach addressing impact and effect in designing a piece needs to be an important consideration. Good point. Thanks. You're welcome. And the cuffs. Oh yeah, the cuffs. The cuffs. I've got that picture of the necklace I sent you with the zipper halfway done up and went around the neckline. But oh yeah, the cuffs, absolutely gorgeous. Some gorgeous pieces were created throughout that course. And then Abby as well. Hi Abby. Abby made lots of lovely pieces on that week as well, for the whole course as well. Okay, so our votes. Any more votes before I delve into the box? And I have only got 17 minutes left because there is somebody coming to take our boxes away. I've been advertising our packing boxes for so long, and they're taking up a whole shed, even folded down. And somebody has finally said, "I'll come and get some." Right. Any more votes? Abby, should I put you down for a 5? I have put you down for a 5, Abby, but it's made no difference. I do have a joint first place, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you now to pick between 4 and 7. So the first 4 or 7 I get takes it. On your marks, get set, go. 4. That was almost simultaneous. Oh my goodness. I did say the first one takes it, and as 4 was first, and it's equal votes. That hasn't helped at all. So I will go with number 4. And Mary's just taken 4 over the limit anyway. So it will be box number 4. What's in here? Ooh. This is box number 4. So it's a little scrolly connector. This is nice. Lots of opportunities to progress this into lots of ways. and opportunities to have it in different orientations. So it's a nice little demo actually. Number 4. Lots of doggies going past the window. Okay, so I'm going to put the camera down here and we'll go for it. Let's get that there. Right, I'm going to put my thumb over it so I don't make you giddy. Bear with me, I haven't gone anywhere, I'm still here. And I always got to remember which way up. No, other way up. It's different on every platform. Zoom's different to YouTube. Facebook's different to Zoom. Right. Oh, that's good. The teapot is cute. Oh, thanks, Abby. Joe, just found my book 3 days ago, and I have a focus for the week. Been so out of it for the last 10 weeks. It's nice. A little bit of smile. Yay, a little bit of inspiration. Yes, well, fish it out and have a go. Just use it, go through it day by day, or flip it open like I just did to give yourself a bit of a challenge. Okay, so here's the piece that we're going to create. So this is like a scroll work. And the best way to do this is to use bell making pliers if you've got them. You can do it with just round nose pliers. Just I would say just make a mark on the pliers so that you know, so that you can be consistent with where you put your loops. Okay. So I tell you what, I will use these pliers because then if you don't have bell makers, you won't feel like you can't join in. And I'm just going to pop a little mark on my pliers here and here. And I'm going to take that mark all the way around so that no matter which angle my pliers are at, I can see where my mark is. Okay, so this is a permanent marker. And hopefully it won't transfer onto our wire. So just put some marks there. That means that my loops are going to be consistent, same size as I work. And just to make the demo clearer and easier, I'm going to use a black wire. Okay. I found that recently using the black wire really helps because it doesn't reflect the light so much. So the camera doesn't zoom in and out as much. And also you can see it nice and clearly against my tools in the background. So let's see if this works. Okay, so if I was making these just sat here without trying to keep my hands in focus, I would probably work straight from the reel and then I don't have any waste. But as I'm going to be demonstrating, I've cut a piece off. You're not going to use a great deal. So what I'll do is this is 30 centimeters and then I'll measure what's left and then that'll tell us how long you need to cut a piece. Or how much wire you need for each one. Okay, so I'm going to start off by just using my flush cutters to give me a nice flat cut on the end of my wire. And then I'm going to turn my first loop. So now your first loop, because they're at the ends, they can be smaller. So we can go a bit smaller with those loops. So I'm just going to come down a little on the pliers and just make a loop to start off with. Okay. So close that up. So we're like that. Okay. And then we're going to start creating figure eights. So I'm going to place my pliers. The first figure eight I'm going to do, I just want to sit just outside of my, oh, sorry about that. My phone is not on silent. I'll just check that that's not what the person trying to deliver my box, trying to pick up my boxes. It might be. Let's have a look. Morning, 11. Hope it's still okay. Very strange message. Okay. Right, I'll leave that. I said that we're the post office and shop, and that's so we're easy to find. And he said, I'd like 4 burger baps as well, please. Very strange. Right, so I'm going to place my wire in between the pliers where the mark is. Can you see that there? So the mark is just there. Let me see if I can adjust my camera so that it doesn't change. Let's see if I can get it to focus in the same place. Webcam, let's have a look. If I put it here, there we go. Let's apply that. Now all I've got to do is try and keep my hand in exactly the same place. Easy, right? So I'm popping the wire in between my pliers, just there like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wire up and over and around the pliers. You see I'm pushing it around with my finger and pulling it as well. So a combination of pushing and pulling. So we're not actually twisting our wrist. We're just pushing and pulling that wire around. And then I want this wire, to create that little teardrop shape. You see that little teardrop shape it's created? That's sort of what we're looking for. And then I'm going to pop my pliers back onto the wire, the other side. And the loop that you create is going to be around this jaw of the pliers. So we want to make sure that this jaw of the pliers is sort of level with this loop. Okay, so if we go there, just my wire out of the way, go there, and then I'm going to bring the wire around. So I'm pulling it around, and I'm going to go, you can go in front or you can go behind, it doesn't matter so much. In fact, it sort of lays nicer if you take it in turns going in front and behind of the design. Okay, so I can just make the adjustments just to make sure that it's level. So can you see now I've got 2 loops, and this loop, don't worry, you can adjust later. So if we want to bring that more central, we can after. Okay, so I've got 2 loops in. Now I'm going to put a third, and I want this to be slightly further out from the first loop, so it gets slightly bigger. So I'm popping my jaws of my pliers roughly where I want the loop to be. Okay, so come off my mark. So pop that there, and then you turn it around this way. I'm making this look quite difficult, and that's just because I'm trying to keep my pliers in the same place for you guys. There's that loop in, and you can roll it in a bit further. So if it's a bit far out, you can then use your wrist to roll the design in. So rolling it in, and then just adjust the wire to put it back into the same right position to do the next one. So then this side again, position your pliers at the point where you would like that loop to be. So about there, and then pull the wire round. Let's go behind, and then roll it to make sure that you're getting the position correct. Okay, so there's, you're sort of getting slightly bigger in increments. There we go. And now we are going to put in, we're going to make them smaller again. So you can keep getting bigger. It's nice. This is how you can make nice Christmas trees. So you can just keep getting bigger as you go. Go further, get wider and wider out. So you'd put your pliers sort of further out this way to get a wider one. But we want to come back in. So we're going to put our pliers level with this first loop. Bring the wire around. That's a bit small, so roll it out and then bring it round like that. Okay, and then same on this side. So pliers in there, roughly where you want it, and pull the wire around, and again you've got that ability to just alter that by rolling your wire, rolling your wrist to change how far out the loop is. Okay, so there we go, and then all that's left to do is finish with a little loop this side as well. So we can pop our pliers on. Remember, I made that a bit smaller, the first loop, so a bit further up your pliers, roll that loop round until it sits where you want it to sit, and then we can adjust this one as well. So actually I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, so just slide your pliers in and roll it into place to make that loop, and then you can come in with your flush cutters and just trim that one off to match. Okay, so there's one nice little scrolly component, and as you can see here, it gives you lots of anchor points. So if you have it in this orientation, you can dangle from this end, and you've got 3 opportunities. If I show you this, you've got opportunities to dangle. Like I've got 3 drops there dangling on there. Or of course you can have it in this orientation and dangle from all 5 of these areas and have that as the bail point. Christmas trees is great. Yeah, it is 1mm wire that I'm using here, Mary. You can scale down depending on where you're going to use it. If you're using it in earrings, it's nice and lightweight. You can go down to a 0.8. If you're using it as sort of a part of a bracelet center or pendant, then you might want to stick with the 1mm wire. But it's a nice little design, isn't it? The other things you can do now you've got it into this point is use, to really firm it up, use some nylon jaw pliers and just give it a pinch gently and evenly. So rather than just going in and biting down, gently go all the way around, because obviously as you do this, it splays the wires a little bit. So you want to make sure you're splaying them evenly. So take your time. Make sure the wires aren't, the loops aren't overlapping when you do it, and then bite down, and that will sort of firm that design up for you. Yeah, so there you go. There's a nice little demo that you can take further and evolve. And they are nice as little connectors. Now you can do these if you're doing like a multi-strand necklace. These are nice for connecting multi-strands. So if you're doing 3 strands into one, for example, you've got your 1 here, and then you can use these for 3. So they're nice connectors in that way. And what other way? Or you can have them alternating with wrapped loops. So you know, if you had a wrapped loop gemstone either side and put one of these in between each, you can scale them up, scale them down, make smaller versions, bigger versions with more loops. Or you can do tiny versions with just 1 loop. So whilst I got the wire height, let's do one with 1 loop. So if we do 1 loop to start with, and then take our pliers here and do another one there, and then another one. In fact, I think this is quite similar to how I showed you how to make a 4-leaf clover before. Do you remember doing a 4-leaf clover with me? This is that really. It's just so there's like this, and then do the last loop, set it into position just here, and trim it off. And there you've got, you know, a single version of that connector. And that's actually like a little flower, isn't it? It's very versatile and useful. Yeah, thanks, Linda. I'm glad you like it. It's nice, isn't it? Really cute. So yeah, link them together, alternate them, use them for the, you know, just a little decorative feature at the top of an earring. Always nice. Just something, you know, just something to elevate and make your designs a little bit different. Instead of just having a bead on an ear wire, maybe pop one of these in and hang the bead from that. I think I sold a pair of earrings in copper as Christmas earrings. Don't think I even put beads on them. It is a usual link or earring, a useful link for earrings. Yeah, it's nice. Welcome, Justine. Make a nice bracelet. Yeah, link them together. Nice bracelet, little gemstones. In fact, you could make it a charm bracelet, couldn't you? Link them all together, dangle something off the end of each, and you've got like a little charm bracelet. So yeah, loads of opportunities for that one to be evolved. And I'm going to leave that with you, so you can evolve it. Let me know how you get on with it. You've got two challenges this week, haven't you? I'll just take this off. Oh, and put it over here. Back. Yay. So yeah, my design dilemma then. So my dress for the did I ever get the planks of labradorite from India? No, I haven't had them yet, Abby. I haven't had them yet. I'm looking forward to having them now, but no, I haven't had them. But hopefully they'll be in a show real soon. But obviously there's no Mojo next week, and there won't be a show next week either, because I will be in Gloucester having a meal, hopefully with my son and my mum. Or might still be in Bristol graduating, actually. The focus is all off now, isn't it? Because I changed it, but never mind, we'll live. But no, I haven't had them. I can't wait. In fact, I might drop a message actually and see where they are. What was I going to say? What was I saying? My dress. You will have seen it, because it's, well, you would have seen it if you saw last June. Friends of ours got married. It was the week before Chris and I got engaged, and everybody thought it was our engagement picture, but it wasn't. It was just us at somebody else's wedding. So it's a orange and white, almost like, it sounds awful, it's almost like a Bermuda shirt pattern. And it's really bright orange and white, big bold flower patterns on it, and the neckline is a shirt, so it's a shirt style neckline. So that's what I've got a design for. And I you know, I want to make, I mean, I'm a jewelry designer, so when I say I'm a jewelry designer to people or introduce myself, I like to be wearing something that makes a statement, but at the same time, this dress is, you know, a statement in itself, so it actually doesn't need anything. Probably this would be ideal, but I just want to try and put something a little bit extra, just so that if somebody says, "What do you do?" and I say, "I'm a jewelry designer," is that yours? Yes, it is. So I can say it confidently. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so I will be doing that. Right, anyway, I must go because the guy is on his way to get the boxes and Chris is on his own in the shop. So I really have to go. Have a lovely week, everybody. In Bath. Yes, the ones in Bath, that's right, Isabel. It is gorgeous. So have a lovely week. Hopefully I'll see some of you Saturday for the workshop. And some of you I will see this evening live on Instagram with Charmers Gems. And other than that, I will be posting pictures of Tom's graduation next week, but you won't see me live for Mojo, so I will miss you then. So hopefully I get to see you tonight and Saturday instead. Right, have a lovely week. Good luck with all your challenges. Let me know how they go, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.